Hey, my name is Douglas Brown. I appreciate you checking out my video. This is a second part series, and this is what I've done to the truck to get the gas tank moved to the rear end of the truck. So I'm going to show you how I've bolted this thing up. So I come in on this side, it just bolted right up. I mean, the holes just lined up just perfectly, but on the other side, it didn't, it didn't line up the holes, so I had to re-drill the holes and cut off the end. That way it would actually fit up there flush. So far so good. I've got everything installed except for the positive wire right here, and I've got the gas line run, and it's going to come down through here. And what I've done is basically took the gas line and bent it. Take your time when you're doing that bend. Because right there I've got some gas hose that runs over, and then it runs into a compound fitting that leads on down to the front of the truck. I say this because if you bend it too fast, it will do that on you. So learn something new every day. Alright, so on the negative ground wire, of course, I come down here and it wasn't long enough to fit right here. This is where I'm going to mount it. So I spliced it together right there and added a small piece of wire to that. And this stuff right here, I've had this roll like forever. And all you have to do is just cut your piece and then fit it on there and put some heat to it. And it actually just melts right to it. Does a really good job. So that's how far I've gotten so far. Still got to figure out these end pieces. So if I have any feedback, which I probably will, tell me what these things are. And of course, this is your airline. This is your airline, and this is your intake. I had to cut that out. So another thing you're going to have to do on this is measure this to see how top the tank, how tall this tank is. I've come to the conclusion that it was 1 3/4 inches. So, which all that's left here is I've got to sand down the frame and put paint on it. And coming back to why you have to measure that is the bottom end of the I had to come in there. You got to measure these holes over to the edge, and it turned out to be the same. Then come in here and cut your hole out, and hopefully, because this thing is welded to the metal, and you would have fun. You can buy that part, but you're going to tear up everything. It's kind of like this back end here. As you can see, this thing was all dented up, and so I come in. And a replacement part, yeah, it's another $130, but it will line up, and I'm gonna have to pound on this to get this vent them coming out. So yeah, there's lots of work to do on this yet, but slowly but surely getting there. And I went ahead and run a new gas line up front. You got the new gas line. Yeah, that old tank had a lot of rust in it, so got new lines coming up there. And so that's how far I've gotten, and I hope this helps you when you try to do this. So I appreciate your time. Bye. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe.